Hey guys, Shawn Ziem, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. Today we have, again, as always, we bring on a guest. They're going to share their story. We're going to talk about a variety of different topics that allows you, the ones that are listening, to learn. But also, you can actually implement, use, take action. And when you do, and it helps you, I want you to come back, drop us a comment so that we know what we're doing is actually working. A couple housekeeping. If you're watching live, hashtag live. If you're on the replay, hashtag replay. And also for those that are overachievers, please, 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 we love it. The algorithm loves it. Drop a comment where you're watching from. Also drop your favorite emojis throughout. If you have questions, don't hesitate. We are here to educate and help each and every one of you. Before we get into it, I want to make sure you take a look at Got Backup. We all have phones, we all have computers, we all have storage problems. Got Backup is 6 terabytes right here, guys. 6 terabytes for $9.97 per month. If you go to Dropbox, iCloud, Google Drive, the same amount for 2 terabytes is $9.99 for all those companies. We are $9.97 per month for 6 terabytes, up to 6 people on the platform can be utilized. So a wonderful opportunity. Take a look at it. Take a look at the link in my description, and I'm here to help you with everything that I can. Let me bring on my next guest. Let me stop the sharing here. We'll bring on Thomas Bickett. What's up, man? How are you?
How are you?
Pop him in here. There he is. There he is.
Hey, what's up, Shawn?
Thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate you taking some time out of your day. A lot of people take me up on this, and there's a lot of people that don't because they say they can't find and carve out 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 45 minutes to drop massive value, which is completely false. Everyone can do it if they want to. But before we even get into it, Tom, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Tom Bickett. I am a New Jersey resident. I born and raised here, departed briefly in my 20s to explore the country. But I'm a mortgage guy. I'm coming up on my 19th year of helping people with a mortgage, whether it's, I really focus in on the purchase side of things. I love helping first-time home buyers, upgraders, downgraders, investments, second homes. But we do a lot of refinancing as well, obviously depending on what interest rates are, but really have devoted my entire life to helping people financially. I got out of college, worked on Wall Street for about 6 years and as a registered representative. So ever since 1998, my entire focus has been helping people understand their money and how they can make it work for them.
Love it, man. Love it, man. I want to go and start with, I love what you just said. There's a lot of different things where we want to unpack, but you said Wall Street. What were you involved with on that front as far as a business? Were you a trader? Talk about that for us.
That's a great question. I think a lot of people who aren't in the money, they hear the word Wall Street and maybe they think of the movie from the 80s with Gordon Gekko. I worked for a money management firm named Lord Abbott that specialized in mutual funds and private money management. I was in their sales department. So my role was to educate financial advisors across the country about the portfolios available to them through Lord Abbott Money Management Services. And then our job was to build great relationships with those financial advisors and teach them about how our products can help service their clients and structure different types of elements. So, a big money management firm has really two sides, right? It has the actual money management of things where people are taking in money, looking at their strategies, structuring that money to buy the right investments inside that specific portfolio. And then you have the sales side, right? Going to market, helping educate advisors and their clients about how could this be a benefit to them to help accomplish their financial goals. So I did that for about 6 years. That job took me from New York City as a young 22-year-old to Chicago, and I had an actual sales territory in Omaha, Nebraska. So I was able to travel the mid part of our country and really go out there and meet people. It's great.
Omaha, Nebraska. Was that a boring location to be in for a short period of time?
It was awesome. People don't know. When you hear Omaha, you either think insurance, you think Warren Buffett, or you think World Series of Baseball, or the College World Series of Baseball, because that's where they host it every single year. But no, Omaha was this great little niche community. I think at the time, early 2000s, about 600,000 in population, but it was a growing scene. It had a downtown, it had what they call old market, which is where I lived, a lot of converted warehouses into apartments for young professionals. but it was kind of like the gateway to me being out in the Midwest. I mean, you get about 5 minutes outside of downtown Omaha, you really are in farm country, but people are fantastic. Culture's great. And it's either Nebraska football or nothing. But no, it was a good place to be.
And I liked what you said before about, and a lot of times I'm jotting things down. When I'm in conversations with people, a lot of people are not active listeners. And just those that are watching, if you haven't already, drop it. They weren't listening, right? Hashtag live or hashtag replay. Active listening is important. And what you were saying as far as building relationships, what are some tips we can share for those that you are teaching your financial advisors, that you teach your mortgage professionals today, or your other recommendation sources to help them build relationships? What are some keys that you kind of zero in on?
Yeah, I think that relationship building is the backbone of all things, right? Whether it's business, relationships, friendships with your kids, your parents, like it really does start with a relationship. And for me, the secret sauce to relationship is really seek first to understand, right? God gave us 2 ears for a reason. They want us to listen, right? Active listening, like you mentioned, Shawn. So, obviously you have a mandate when you're in professional mortgages or financial services. I have products that I think could help you, but I can't even begin to start helping you till I understand what's important to you, what's important to your money, to your future. Like seek first to understand, because if I can truly understand where you're at, specifically mortgages, I can really start tailoring a specific product, a specific solution, maybe an idea that can help you. As a mortgage professional, I kind of have 2 different hats, right? I have my relationship hat, which is servicing, realtors, insurance people, CPAs, financial planners, helping them understand what I can do for their clients. Then I also have to listen to the clients and understand what their end game is and goals, so I can provide a solution to them as well. So it's like almost two different hats in what we do, Shawn, in terms of referral relationships and consumer relationships. But at the beginning of it all, how can I help this person? Listen to their needs, structure solutions, and if they work, fantastic. If not, at least you cared enough to listen and see if you can help them.
Totally agree. And relationships are key. But you also, I found that a lot of people say, I'm not getting enough referrals, or I like the word recommendation source or recommendation, period.
Sure.
You have to teach your sources how to recommend you. That's what people forget. Like if you even talk to, I'll be honest, completely transparent. I've talked about this recently on another podcast. I've never gotten many opportunities from my own mother. My own mother. If you think about it, it's like, wait a minute, shouldn't they be telling everybody from the rooftops, use Shawn for insurance? But I didn't sit time. And I kind of that's kind of my fault, because I kind of keep family. I've had some issues in the past. People don't take you so enough seriously, I guess, but they should be on the rooftops yelling, use my brother, use my son. But I didn't take the time to really dig deep with them. And is that a fault of mine?
Right.
Yeah, but that's something I'm being honest with people, where we should all be honest. That's what I think a lot of us should be starting to do, is teaching others how to recommend you.
100% agree. I think we even actually had this conversation. My mom was a school teacher for a really long time. And teachers, they're one of my favorite clients. Really love helping them. They give so much to the community. And obviously home ownership is a fantastic thing. Or how do I save money through a refinance? But my mom, in all of her years of teaching, never once referred me. And again, not her fault. I never took the time. I assumed, of course I'll refer my son. Why wouldn't I? But I never really took the time to help her understand what is a good referral. How can you refer to me or make a recommendation for me? But yeah, 1,000% correct. Like when we're out there in the marketplace, any marketplace, right? If we're in business to attract people, to our platforms, we really have to do a great job of helping our value proposition be understood. And then secondly, how to get someone to engage with us, right? If I can't clearly define my value proposition and I can't educate people on how to make that recommendation, what's the difference, right? It doesn't matter if I spend $1 million in ad budget or, 2 cents buying a cup of coffee for somebody. I got to really hone in on value proposition and understand how to get someone into my universe.
And it was you. We had that conversation on the phone, and it brought back. I'm like,
It-
that's so 100% true. And I reflect on my conversations. As you can tell, I don't just have conversations and they just go to the wayside. I want to build. I want to grow. I want to make money together. And when you figure that out, it's like it's a light bulb that goes off. It's like, wait a minute, this is how we could really.
Absolutely.
Why I used to work with a lot of people. I used to, oh, I have to know a lot of people. I have to be around a lot of people. No, you need to strategically be hyper focused on select individuals who actually will reciprocate referrals back, recommendations back to you. If they're not recommending you, it's business. You got to find those that are going to be consistent.
Yeah.
That's a powerful thing to do.
Yeah, I think there's two ways to attract business. All business, right? This isn't just mortgage or insurance, right? I have one-on-one relationships that have a true understanding of each other's, value proposition, or I'm one to many, like using social media, for example, or these podcasts or YouTube. Like, hey, can I share a very concise, specific message on my value proposition and broadcast that to the universe? So as someone cross paths with my messaging, they're like, oh wow, I need Tom's services. That's really hard to do on a consistent basis, at least until you build it. So, really understanding that one-on-one relationship with the key people that you want to be in business with. Listen, I probably know 2,000 realtors, and I know that that's like the fastest way for a mortgage person to grow their practice. However, I know that there's probably about 30 that are just like me. They think like I do. They operate like I do. Have similar interests in life, inside and outside of work. Like, man, if I could just spend my time and find those 30 key people, man, that's going to be good for me. It's going to be good for them. And ultimately, it's going to be great for their clients. And that's why it's really important to make relationships so you can really hone in on those people that I think, have that back and forth vibe and feel in and out of business. That's when you can really manufacture a great relationship.
Just another step further, and to piggyback off that, when we finished our conversation, and I think I asked, can you send me a couple things to prepare for the podcast? You sent me, it was great, a personalized video with your branding, with a couple other links. Can you talk about that? How, and I believe that's powerful, and everyone should be doing this. Why did you start using that as a technique?
I love video. I just think it's an incredible platform for us to replicate and get, a message, number one, but two, to really get to see me, know me, hear me, think, like it's just different. I'm 47, and I always ask this question to people, like, how much of your content that you get, right, on a daily basis comes from this little screen, right? Scrolling, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, some other whatever. And usually it's landing on some video. And, there's a scale out there. If even my mom, who's well into retirement, she scrolls and she watches videos, not at 100%, but then I have my kids on the opposite side of that spectrum. They're 15 and 13, and they're 100% consumption, right? So there's a scalability and comfort of people watching people in a video format and get to know and learn their personality. So my thought process is, if I can get in the habit of being really comfortable of taking a video and share my value proposition, give gratitude. I think a lot of my message to you, Shawn, was about gratitude, just thanking you for the reach out and the conversation that we had. Like, I know that that's the future of our businesses, is being able to have a broadcastable, personalized message geared towards you based on a conversation that we had. Whether that conversation was 1 minute or 20 minutes, I can really hone in on and recap that convo. So for me, in leveraging relationships, leveraging time, I can drop a really quick, video to you. So I have like my ring light set up at my desk. I have a great conversation. It's nothing for me to pop this in. I use a software called Co-Video. I record right in there. I have a couple templates already built. It literally takes me 60 seconds to do all of that and send it to you. Well worth my time and building that connection.
It is powerful, and I agree. And it's funny, we're exactly the same age. I'm September. It's great
June.
to see you love video. I did video. I started back in 2018, and I did it for 6 months before I even started getting the phone ringing. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" And people, and what were you doing? What kind of content? I was talking about everything. I'm actually going through content that I didn't get much engagement on YouTube and writing things down. Like I just did one yesterday. I did 4 videos yesterday in about 20 minutes on a Sunday when my kids were sleeping. Overnight success, building your like button. How do I follow up? 6 ways I follow up, and also the 3 C's of lead conversion. Those are 4 topics that I went back, jotted them down on my book right here. I have my book, jot it down, hit record. I had 4 videos. They're about 2.5, 3 minutes in length. Have my description with all my links in it. Have my branding. And now I have it scheduled to go out in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
It doesn't take, and I have kids. You have kids. We have lack of time. People have the excuse, oh, I have to lose weight. I don't like the way I sound. What? People are going to all of a sudden see you 15 pounds, lighter, and also having a wonderful voice when you actually see them in person? No, be you, be real, be consistent. Yeah. So it's great to hear.
Shawn, I think most people start the same way that you and I did, right? Someone says, do videos. Okay, I'll do videos. And I'm doing videos and I'm doing videos and I'm just like scattered. Like there's no consistent messaging. There's no consistent brand. There's nothing consistent other than a random video here or there when I feel like doing it. I go, as all things, and I think we talked about it over the weekend, it's like just take action towards something. Like if you want to do video, you got to go do video, right? And you got to educate yourself. You got to create some skills. Watch people doing videos. Understand what they're trying to accomplish. What is their hook? Solution, problem solve, like learn the mechanics of what goes into a great video and practice it. I can't tell you how many times I've practiced videos. I send them to my kids. I send them to my wife. I send them to my coworkers. Like, what do you think of this? Do you like that? Do you like, and anyways, you do something long enough, you build that skill set and that confidence to go to camera, to go to market and say, hey, this is me. I hope you like it. And it just takes time. But like you said, you got to write some ideas down, come up with some thought. It just doesn't have to be, a million views. It just has to be you sharing your experiences and how you can help others. And if you're authentic with integrity, you can't fail. It's impossible to fail.
Yeah, no scripting. Be real with people. If you curse. Hey, does it turn people off? Sure. You want to work with people that love who you are. Know, like, and trust is a powerful thing. And being consistent,
100%.
Doing things that others don't want to do, finding time when everyone can find the time if you really want to. You just prioritize it, what you want to do.
Yeah.
And going back, the education piece, interviewing, and I tell people all the time, use StreamYard. Use my link. You get some money. Interview other individuals. If you're a mortgage professional, interview realtors, accountants, like we were mentioning. That's what I do. And now I have what I've found. Now you keep your database. You keep sending them an email once in a while. Send them a text every once in a while. Ask them if they have any more guests or anyone that I can help with insurance. You could keep them top of mind. But people don't want to be consistent. They want to follow up with people, that's where the money's at. It's a follow-up.
Yeah, it's always in the follow-up. It takes a long time to convert somebody into a customer that, pays you for your services. The cool thing about StreamYard is that I find with realtors, everyone I think at this point knows that I should be doing videos. That is something that I probably should figure out doing, but I don't know how to get started. I don't know the format. I don't know what to ask. I don't know what to say. Using something like StreamYard where you can bring them into an environment that's already done for them and you can be lead them down the path with some great questions so you can get their emotions, you can get their style, their characteristics, get all that stuff out of them. And now you got something for them. Hey, come on to my show. I'm going to ask you some great questions. You can turn around and cut that up and we can send that out to your database. And what a great way to get started. Like, I think that's where a lot of people fail in most things is they just don't know where to get started. How do I start this? I don't know. So they don't ever start. Seek, right? Seek who can help you, who can launch you, who can show you the pathway to get started. And that right there is a great way to connect with people. If I can show you how to do something and help you get to market with, let's say, video, in turn, when an opportunity comes up for my services, you might think of me, right? Because I did something out of gratitude. Very powerful.
100%. And I love giving what I'm using. People say, I can't give away the trade secrets. There's no secrets out there. Everyone's doing the same thing. I use Opus. It's AI that will take this video that we will do for 30 minutes.
Boom, boom,
It'll
boom,
give me
boom, boom.
10 different videos. Some of them you have to go back and double check because some of it comes out good, but that's just doing a review. But you have 10 content videos that you can share. And on all different platforms. I use Canva. You can use that for your thumbnails. You can do that for your Facebook posts. But people don't want to spend money either. They don't want to, StreamYard, the free one is I don't know, like maybe 2 hours for the month. I go over that constantly. So I have the $25 one. More than enough for me. And I'm able to provide that value for those agents out there. Go around your town. Go to your town and go to all the entrepreneurs, all the small business owners, and interview them.
Yep.
That's value. You're not sitting there talking about real estate. You're bringing value for your town where you're always looking for content. Boom. You're interviewing somebody and they're going to give that value. And you're not just sitting there, a realtor, mortgage, insurance. It's powerful.
Yeah, 100%. Connect people. So a coach of mine a long time ago said, if it costs you less than $50, you can almost consider it free. When you stack up some of the assets like Canva, I think it's $9 a month.
Yep.
$10 a month. You got StreamYard at $25. You're $35 right there. In between those two things, you have direct shareable content right to all of your social media assets, and then you have all the creativity that you need at the pro level with Canva to do pretty much anything you want, from thumbnails to clip art to memes, GIFs, whatever. Like $35 a month, you pretty much have a done for you studio. It just takes you a little bit of time to learn it. It's fantastic. And you already have a great camera on your phone. So it's not like you need to go invest in all this incredible equipment and these things. Like, you can stack that stuff up later. Mm-hmm. I follow these guys on social called Think Media. These guys are fantastic. Sean Cannell, their YouTube strategist. Yes. Their tagline is just hit record. Just hit record. And that one piece of advice, I share that with everybody I talk to who wants to get into videos, is just hit record. Your voice matters, your message matters, but you're not going to know that until you hit record. Super powerful.
And don't go back and analyze what you did. Don't ever go back. I don't even re-listen to most of my stuff. I just
post and go, baby. Post and go.
And then someone's like, remember, like, I didn't remind myself as far as this whole thing about our mom recommending us. But so you have all these conversations. That's why I don't go back and review. It's not needed. So with that, I guess rejection, the fear of, doing things wrong. What about mindset that we could help those that are watching with personal development? I love this kind of topic, and especially guys, especially dads. How do we help them for their mindset to keep I love Rocky, if you get knocked down, get back up, keep moving forward. How do we keep that happening for them?
So I think mindset is something that is just like going to the gym, Shawn. You got to practice it. You gotta be intentional with it. Our minds are built to keep us safe. Our minds are built to keep us comfortable, right? So to do something new, whatever it is, right? A diet plan, the gym, work, video, like whatever that new thing is uncomfortable, right? So we're pre-programmed to say, hey, you don't need to do that. You're okay just how you are. And that comfort mechanism keeps us from striving to do change. And the other side of that discomfort is where a new version of yourself exists. Right. Yeah. I think if you really want to start down the road of mindset, I got a couple recommendations. One, go listen to Ed Milet. His podcast is just full of that type of thinking. On the other side of discomfort is a new version of you that is waiting for you. It's inviting you, but you got to get discomfortable in order to find that person. And when you find them, you do it again and again. And as you progress through this evolution of becoming discomfort to find this new version of yourself, you make some incredible changes. You may not end up at the exact destination you were thinking you were, but that destination you're going to get to is pretty awesome. And then the other side of it is you really just need to fill your day with the right habits, but you can't create that change without doing the right thing each and every day. So a book like Atomic Habits or High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard, tactical, not just read it for the fun of reading it, like tactical, here's a plan, do the plan, get uncomfortable discomfort, and then find a new version of yourself. Like it's not hard. It's actually quite simple. The hard part is doing it every day and forcing yourself to become better. But it's an action-oriented game, your mindset. You really gotta think about the person you want to become.
Yeah, I mean, you say reading books that's a very important thing, no matter how old we are, and we always have to continue to grow, learn, and actually apply what we're learning. I'm into network marketing as well, and I'm reading a book, Building an Empire. And a lot of people, network marketing, multi-level marketing, pyramid schemes, all that, they just don't know what it's all about. And here's a very simple part of it. If you're in real estate, you're the real estate broker, you're the top of the pyramid. That is, if that's a shock for most of you, the ones that are making the money are the real estate broker, because they have all of the realtors underneath them doing all the work, and it funnels up to them.
Yeah. Listen, I've said this before. Every business is a network marketing business, whether you want to call it that or not. Coca-Cola, Disney, they are network marketers. So you have a CEO that has a team of executives, that has a team of presidents, a team of vice presidents, all the way down to the person handing you that ice cream at the Disney park, right? It is everything is built the same way. So people say, that's network marketing. Everything is based upon a leader that drives profit for the greater good of something. And in a win-win situation, it's okay for people to make money providing services and goods that people use. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just what people are willing to label it. So I agree with you 100%. It's all about your net worth, your network, and building that with whatever endeavor it is that you choose to do.
Yeah, because I found that, like, the one I'm involved with is this backup. It's data storage. It's powerful. A network marketing, the reason why it works for a lot of people, it's because it's belly to belly. It's having conversations. It's not just spamming people. If you do it right, you're actually building relationships that people are using the product. They're in a community. They're on a team. And the powerful thing is you don't have to sell anything. Get them to a Zoom. We all have StreamYard or Zoom. They have meetings once a week. Send them to the Zoom. Show up for that 45 an hour with whoever you're inviting, and you're growing together. Just like you have first-time home buyer. You might have educating a realtor. That's how you're funneling for your business. All of us should be applying some of the things that network marketers are doing to improve your business.
100%.
Some people just don't want to go outside the norm. They want to just sit at an open house and hope they're going to get business. For real estate agents, it doesn't happen too often, right? You might get some buyers down the road, but it's harder to do. But providing and learning outside of your specialties, and then sharing that with your individuals, people are going to be enlightened. And that's what we want to do, is connect people, enlighten them, teach them. Like we said it before, if they're learning from you, they're going to remember you for when 100%. The time comes for mortgages, insurance, or what have you.
Yeah. One thing on the book thing, a lot of people find it hard to focus on books. I'm in a book club, and we have a couple members, and we work on our books. We get together once a week. We discuss what we've read, how do we apply it. So adding some accountability to things that you want to do also has a really big impact on the stickiness of doing it. If you're I'm gonna go read this book and hope I get something out of it, hard to practice that, right? Find some people, find your tribe, surround yourself with some accountability, and that will also help in the mindset of things that you're trying to change and move towards.
Love that. Finding your tribe and having the accountability. That's a missing piece for a lot of people, for their health, for business, for relationships. So you definitely have to have that. Are there any final thoughts? The time flies when I'm doing these things, man. Anything we could help those that are watching on social media, on mindset, anything that's on top of your mind?
I mean, what's interesting is that social media, as great as it is probably one of the biggest roadblocks to creating better mindset. I think a lot of people are subconsciously rolling through the social media stuff, whether you're acknowledging or not acknowledging it, there's some things happening subconsciously that you really got to be protective of. And it stems around, being judgmental, or I'm not worthy, or this person's skyrocketing. I learned a long time ago, there's a couple things that really take away from when you're trying to create better mindset and move towards something. One is feeling overwhelmed, right? The reality is it's okay, right? You're not going to conquer all of your dreams tomorrow, right? Have a plan, stick to the plan, do it long enough, and you're going to see change happen, right? So don't let overwhelm keep you from doing the things that you want to do, right? Don't get disappointed. It's not going to all happen tomorrow. You might be doing some things and not seeing improvement right away. Just like going to the gym, you're not going to lose 20 pounds in a week. You got to go to the gym consistently and eat properly, right? It takes time. So don't get disappointed. Don't get frustrated, right? And lastly, don't worry about people outpacing you, right? Sometimes, and this is the hard thing with social media, is you see other people doing things faster. It's coming easier to them. It's working differently for them. It's okay, right? So I think at the end of the day, be aware of some of the emotions that are going to keep you from creating better mindset, and just hammer in on the daily activities that are proven to move the needle and the things that you want moved, whether it's wealth, relationship, health, business, spirituality, whatever it is. Have that daily ritual and keep doing it every day, and then find your tribe to help support you emotionally as you progress towards the person you're becoming. If you do that, change is just right around the corner. Guaranteed.
Love it, man. Well said. Great ending. I appreciate you. Everyone that's tuning in or have been with us the entire time, definitely take a look at the description. All of Tom's information is there. Connect with him. Have a call about mortgages, about life, about anything we talked about, because he's open to that. And as always, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, guys.
Thanks, guys.